Matt Norman, the Skiff broker, here in Oak Hill, Florida, working in the twilight hours, presenting a 2004 Hells Bay Devilray that was fully updated and refit very recently with the folks down at Billfish Boat Works in Stewart, Fort Pierce. But we're here up in Oak Hill, and we have this boat stage at the Skiff shop, so I'm gonna walk you through it best I can. And there's still more info coming, so I will update in description, listing description, and the YouTube description if I make any errors, or to supplement this video with additional context. So Hells Bay Devilray is 14 feet and change. It's a sponson style transom where the engine is inset here. So this boat model has worked great as a tender over the years for sport fishers that were shorter in size, that wouldn't be able to fit a little bit larger skiff like a whip ray. Also great for, garage storage and again, getting in tight creeks, having a smaller overall footprint. The boat is wider than a Hells Bay Glade skiff, fairly significantly, so it's very stable. But it's also pretty bare bones and very, very lightweight, so it's going to push with this 30 Mercury just fine. This was, so again, a lot of updates here. So 30 horsepower Mercury was done with this refit with Billfish. I'm probably assuming, right now I'm assuming everything's 2024, 2025 for this refit work. Hull was redone, new Ramblin' trailer. It's the Ramblin' hybrid, I believe, but still very nice, very high-end. Motor guide, XI5 trolling motor. It is a 80-pound thrust, 24-volt system, but we have a lithium-ion Dakota battery, so very lightweight, so you can get that extra thrust without the weight of two lead-acid or AGMs. Marquesa Marine carbon fiber removable bow casting platform. I'm gonna assume non-skid was redone too. If it wasn't, it is in impeccable condition, but the non-skid is in great shape. And right now I'm also assuming new tank, but again, I will confirm, but I don't think an 04 tank would look that clean. So again, apologies for doing this video. Let's see if we get some, there we go. A little bit ahead of having the full details, but it just worked out with my trip over to the Skiff shop where we have this boat staged to go ahead and capture it. So I'm squeezing it in the twilight. So tons of storage up here, even though, again, with Hells Bay not using liners, with this just being the inside wall of the hull and them rolling all grip to still fully finish it, it gives you a lot of volume in front of that tank. And the hatch springs just close it up. And very old school, just the pull, the pull tab instead of even a latch. So cockpit here. Cooler shelf gets glassed in here. So this is a no liner boat. This is the hull bottom. So there is no separate mold for a cockpit liner like you see on traditional or larger skiffs like the Hells Bay Professional or now the new Waterman. But they glassed in a piece of core right here for a cooler shelf, and also it does give you a flat spot to step up onto the forward casting deck. So if this was not here, it would continue kind of that canoe-like bottom, and it would be a pretty decent step up, and it would not be on a flat surface. So if you were doing it quickly, that could cause trouble. We have 3 under gunnel rod tubes per side. Those are going to hold fly rods no problem, even though we're on a little shorter boat. And looks like Billfish put in some C-Deck or some alternative brand for the undergunnel pads in lieu of carpet. Panning here to the aft of the boat. It's an open bulkhead system, so there is no hatch underneath this cushion. So this is just set up to be quick grab items. Again, a little less finish, but simpler, less weight, etc. You do still have a little water drainage chase that's going to run, it's going to collect water, and there's the bilge pump all the way in the back. But what we're looking at right here is that Dakota lithium-ion 110 amp hour battery. Gosh, this guy was ready to troll a motor for 5 or 6 miles down the beach. Battery switch, your Odyssey AGM battery. It's one of the little tiny baby ones, just enough to start the engine and do your nav lights and trim tabs. Speaking of, that's what we got right here. So trim tabs. There's a live well bubbler, and this is probably, that's bilge pump. Yeah, that's right. Actually, he did not affix. Yes, we actually don't have, that must have been in the refit. They did not do the navigation lights. So there are removable aspects of that these days, I believe I've seen. Some suction mount stuff that can get you by without having to install shark eyes if you don't want to, or you could reinstall navigation lights for night operation. There's a look at the bilge pump. Fuel water separator. Again, just nice open bilge. This is all, again, one access. Now, we do have storage on either side here. And I heard the bubbler in one of these. So this one is the one that's not plumbed. Just set up for storage as you see fit. Just a simple hatch right there. There's your Lenco trim tabs. We got a stainless steel prop. And this is the one that's going to have this guy has the aerator bubbler here for shrimp and crabs or some light duty bait fishing. Cushion also looks new. It's removable on a slide system. Let's talk about, so the engine, I will confirm warranty start date in hours. Right now we're assuming under 25 hours. Polling platform is new. Powder coated in a nice texture finish here. Nice clean setup with just one single through bolt and not even having your traditional 4 spread of stainless screws that with powder coating can unfortunately cause dissimilar metal corrosion flaking. So well thought right there. We got some matting on top of the polling platform here. So a note here on this engine. Again, it's a tiller steer. Almost a brand new Mercury 30. Shifters right here. It does not have power trim and tilt though. It is it's assisted, or it's got, it's not hard to click it up. It's got a little assist piece, but no power trim and tilt. So have to look into seeing if it's applicable for a conversion kit or an aftermarket kit, but it was set up to be simple. Let's see. Also, I think I forgot to mention, we talked about the tender a little bit. So right here is a bow tow eye. So this was done at the factory, not part of the refit. And this is a special lamination schedule that they set up in here. So if you were going to tow this behind a big center console or a sport fish, you're towing from a lower point versus way up there, which would have the tendency of dragging the bow down through waves when you're towing in open water, and you'll be able to tow safer and faster from a lower point. So yes, that is the finish up. I'm going to get dimensions on the trailer LOA, so those of you with tight garage spaces, as it is sitting right now, it is not a removable or swing tongue, but it does look like that conversion kit could be done pretty easily on this setup. Let's see, trolling motor is on a quick release. If you want it on, or if you want it off, easy enough. Twist this plug right here, yank the whole thing out. Again, 2004 Hells Bay Devilray, fully refit in the last year or so. Mercury 30, under 20 hours. Ramblin' trailer. We're located here in Oak Hill, Florida. We have the boat stationed at the Skiff shop with Tom and Mike. Between the three of us, be happy to show it to you. We'll get you a full rundown as well of the refit for those of you in need of that. And again, this is a rarity. I've talked with Tom about this model. We think that there's probably only been about a dozen to 20 of these Devilrays ever built, so they do not come up very often. We actually have 2 available right now. I think prior to this, I think it had been 3 or 4 years since one of these had been on the open market. So take advantage of all the work being done for you, and I think a very fair price point on this guy. Please reach out with any questions. We'll see you on the water.